Hey guys, if you really like this episode, please support our podcast by going to talkmurder.com/join and becoming a Talko Supremo. We've all been there before. You're driving along and you look down at your phone to see if John has uploaded the new Talk Murder to Me episode yet. Damn it, he's late again. And all of a sudden, you realize that you just cut someone off in traffic and now he's pulling up right beside you at a red light. Shit. So you do what everyone else does. You continue looking straight ahead as if nothing has happened. Come on, light. Come on, light, change. In most cases, you feel bad for like a second. The other driver feels bad for like 3 seconds. But the world keeps spinning. But that's not what happened in this story, which is why I need your help with this one. I need to know if this brutal, bloody, and horrific murder was an act of road rage or something far more sinister. One man's obsession to commit the perfect kill.
Welcome to Talk Murder to Me.
Oh, Jesus, that smells strong.
Thanks, Wayne, in advance.
Yeah, thanks, Wayne. This drink he recommended is called Road Rage.
Ooh.
Oh.
So before we get started, we have a couple bits of exciting news.
Oh, wait, I want to go first.
Okay.
Congratulations on your engagement.
Thanks, Jen.
I'm really happy for you guys.
Thank you. It's been a long time. Don't drink because... Oh. Such a jerk.
I'll drink to that. That's what I was doing.
Okay. Okay, sure. So thank you, Jen. Thank you. Yes, tacos. John and I are engaged. You know what I was thinking, Jen? I wasn't sure if I was going to do a post for the Talk Murder, but maybe I should just to be like, whoa, how exciting. But you know how...
we did a post. Okay, I'll own up to it. I posted it on Valentine's Day was Jen Collins' Appreciation Day because I was just so lonely.
Well, that's fine.
So you guys deserve your own post.
Well, yeah, but it's also hey, two co-hosts are getting married.
Yes.
But anyway, our other exciting news is that we have 2 more live shows booked.
Whoop, whoop.
Our Charleston show sold out. We also have a Savannah show that just went live. We're going to Southbound Brewery, Savannah, Georgia on October 16th. It's going to be from 7 to 10. We are doing discount codes for Taco Supremo, so just message us. We'll be in Charlotte at the Unknown Brewing Company on November 15th, I believe. Yep, 15th.
14th
And
or 15th?
15th. It's going to be a Friday.
Oh, right.
And then we're going to Asheville, North Carolina, which I'm so excited about. Never been to Asheville. We have to go to the Biltmore before we go recording. I need to see it with all its Christmas decorations. And we're going there on December 12th. So we've got it all lined up for the rest of the year, folks. Get your tickets. Hide your kids, hide your wives.
So we have a new Talko Supremo, Cassie.
Hey, Cassie.
Welcome, Cassie.
From California's beautiful Central Coast.
Ooh.
California love.
But she moved to MISSISSPPI about a year ago.
Mississippi.
Yes.
Did he spell that right?
And
I think so.
So she's staying here for another year so that her finance and her can get married.
Her finance?
Oh,
Or her
congratulations
fiancé.
to you as well.
Sorry.
Cassie is what part
You're my
of
finance, John.
how far are you from West Covina?
Yeah.
Is that a real city?
It is.
Oh.
West Covina, California. Anyone who knows that's from one of my very favorite shows, Crazy Ex-Girlfriend.
You're obsessed with that show.
I love it. And you guys thought I was rewatching it, but I really wasn't.
So tonight's episode is a special for our special friend in Talko Supremo, Mr. Wayne. Mr. Wayne, this one is for you. We're drinking your shot tonight.
Okay, so Mr. Wayne has requested we drink this drink. He specifically requested this one.
This is more than a shot.
Well, it's like a shot and a quarter. because
That's a half a glass of freaking liquor.
it's a
here.
shot.
Not a half a glass.
It's a
That is a
shot
half a
in a
freaking
quarter.
glass.
Pussy. Drink
because it was 4
Don't say
liquids.
the P word.
I just did.
Jen, say that again so I can bleep it out.
Don't be a drink it.
It was 4 different kinds of liquors, and you said that it was equal parts. So I just did a shot per thing and then divided it out. So it's technically a shot and a half. So you can do it in a mouthful. So we're drinking peppermint schnapps, Goldschlager, blackberry liqueur, and raspberry liqueur. So, cheers, guys. I can't wait to wash this down with my surprise shot.
Does anyone want to guess where we're going? Who we're killing?
Washington.
You know Mr. Wayne requested this.
Mr. Wayne is from Washington.
And the drink is called Road Rage.
And does this have to do with the I-5 killer? Is this the romance story? You told us this. So I think we're going to Washington because that's where Wayne's from. And I think this is a love story with the I-5 killer.
Isn't that where Woodfield was booked too?
I'm not sure. I couldn't remember if it was California or what.
I think we're also going to Washington. Maybe it has to do with a motor vehicle homicide.
All right, well, let's drink Mr. Wayne's shooter.
It's strong.
It tastes like cherry cough syrup.
Oh, it does.
I like it. I'd do that again.
I don't know if I liked it. It's the peppermint. It's
Sorry, Wayne. I don't really like that, man.
It's so strong.
I don't like that, Wayne.
I also do have an aversion to peppermint. It was funny, right before...
The story's
My
good, Wayne, but
friends-
the shot, nah.
Right before when my good friend just got married 2 weeks ago. So we were like all ready. We had our pictures done at the house. And we're like just like waiting. The church was 2 minutes away from her house. And so she had put in our little bridesmaids baggies a nip of the Dr. McGillicuddy's.
Oh, God.
And I opened the bag and I was like, oh no, because those 2 girls were with me when I had my really bad experience with peppermint schnapps. It's called a haircut shot.
Oh, a haircut shot.
And you do take the peppermint shot, squirt some Hershey's chocolate syrup in your mouth, shake it up, swallow it, and then squirt whipped cream in your mouth.
Oh, that's called a haircut shot? I thought that was called a peppermint patty.
But part of like the haircut was like something about the whipped cream, like you like slapped it on your hand and try to catch it into your mouth. It was fun.
We did that at my my cousin's Christmas party this past year.
Except I died. I had a 2-day legitimate 2-day hangover where I was puking for 2 days. Like I was not functional. So when I saw it, it was like they had forgotten about it. Except as soon as they saw my face when I opened the bag, I was like, oh no. Oh no. So everyone did a full shot and I was like, I just took a little half one before the ceremony. But anyway, now we can wash it down with my surprise shot.
Yay. Surprise shots. Surprise shots. We don't know what they are because they're a surprise. Kahlua.
Well,
Both wrong.
Is this butterscotch 99?
Nope.
I liked it.
Pumpkin spice Baileys.
Ooh.
that was really good.
You made me break my rule.
What?
No pumpkin until September.
But pumpkin spice lattes are coming out next
I know,
week.
but I have to stay strong. See, the thing is, you may not remember because it's been so long since you lived there, but in Massachusetts, it gets nice and cool in September. But in South Carolina, it stays hot. It starts getting, it's still summertime. So in honor of honoring fall, which I understand doesn't start until the end of September, doesn't matter. I will not consume anything pumpkin until September.
I just like the taste of pumpkin.
Well, I do too, but I feel like I have to wait. I should have to wait for it. Like it's like a reward.
You're in the South now, Jen. We do things differently down here.
I also
Jen.
love pumpkin beer, so I can't wait to
We
pick
already
me
got
up
some
of that.
Oktoberfest in. Did you say make some of that?
No,
should
get
a
me some.
Oh, we should get a brewing kit.
We could.
Yeah, we can put it with that kombucha that never gets made.
I was doing so good for a while.
Has been sitting there and growing
I
mold.
was good for like a year doing that.
All right, so tonight...
And then it got time consuming.
Yeah.
Tonight, Mr. Wayne sent us over a very interesting story. I had a lot of fun researching it. It was very interesting to research. He also sent an accompanying PDF document along with the story.
Well, that's nice. Thanks, Wayne, for the additional research.
The PDF that Wayne sent, which is on the forum for you guys, is called this. If you want to read what this is, Nicole.
The Death Dealer's Manual. Wow.
The Death Dealer's Manual is a 48-page book consisting of every which way to kill somebody and get away with it.
And did the killer write this?
No, the killer didn't write it. The author, I looked him up, is Bradley Steiner. He's authored like 10 books or something, and he's an expert in killing people. He does like
How do you become an expert?
No, he's like a defense expert. Like, Krav Maga and stuff.
You don't want to do that Krav Maga class, do you?
Yeah, I do want to do the Krav
With
Maga.
Master
Clock. I don't know if you guys know, but I got an email the other day from Master Clock.
Just the fact that his last name
is actually Clock.
It is Clock, yeah. Klock.
Oh.
But he emailed me Master Clock. And I was like, whoa, that's cool, dude.
Well, yeah, like once you attain once you attain a certain level, like it's only respectful.
Jen, you also Master Jen.
Master Jen.
Yeah. But it's weird. I mean, it's like one thing for a doctor to sign the email.
Yeah, you don't.
Doctor.
Yeah, but like you don't go into the doctor's office and be like, "What's up, Joe?" Do you?
Well, apparently you don't go into Krav Maga studio and be like, "What's up, Clock?"
No, you don't.
You say, "What's up, Master Clock?"
Yeah, you have to be respectful.
And then you bow.
Please don't hurt me with your index finger. Did you know Bruce?
How much are the classes?
I don't know.
That would be a fun group activity.
Yeah. Actually, it would. Can you imagine the pictures?
No.
This book also goes into Denmark.
What is that?
Denmark?
That is the Chinese art. It's like, acupuncture?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like your friends doing acupuncture? Yeah. So it's acupuncture for people that want to kill people. So they use pressure points to kill people.
Like in that movie.
Oh, like in Kill Bill.
Yeah. That's Denmark.
There's also
Denmark.
another movie, and I don't remember what it's called. It's on the tip of my tongue, but the serial killer like sticks a really long needle into the back of his skull because it's supposed to be like painless, but it also kills someone instantly.
Oh yeah, this book.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I think Tom Cruise was in it.
Yes, I love that movie. I'm going to talk about that.
About?
Yes, the assassin movie. But let me get into this. So, this book for our Taco Supremos, go to the forum. Wayne has provided it for us.
Wait, so is that heart thing real?
It tells us how you can kill someone instantly with a sharpened pencil.
Now, remember, folks, we don't condone this activity.
We definitely condone this. You have a sharpened pencil and you insert it right into someone's neck under the chin, and it goes up and hits their brain.
No.
This is all in this book, guys. It's very interesting. I read this whole book this morning, actually.
Oh, I'm kind of concerned for my own self now.
It's really good.
It's really good.
There's also...
What makes it good, John?
There's also a chapter on how to kill someone with a rolled-up newspaper.
How do you do that?
Stick it up their butt.
All right, so anyway, that book is on there for you guys. All right, so tonight we are going to Washington. Around 7:45 p.m. on the evening of August 31st, 2012, this man right here, that dog is named, I'm putting the pictures on Talk Murder, but his dog is named Lola, L-O-L-A.
Lola.
So his name,
Lola.
this guy's name is Yancy Noll, Y-A-N-C-Y, and his last name is N-O-L-L. Okay, Yancy Noll. I've never even heard of a guy with that name. This is 42-year-old Yancy Noll. It's 7:45 p.m. He's driving his car up the I-5. He's going home.
I-5.
I-5. He had a long day working. He's a wine steward.
Okay.
at QFC. Now, QFC, I looked it up, is a Kroger company.
All right.
And
Like a wine store?
I think it's more like a Costco or something.
Okay.
Like a grocery store.
Yeah, like grocery store, but they also do wine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Harris Teeter does wine tue.
Yeah,
In
maybe.
the South, yeah.
I know it's owned by Kroger, so I think it's the same thing, but they also do wine. So he's the the
Sommelier.
wine guy. He's the wine guy. Working all day, leaving home August 31st, 2012. He leaves home. He drives this red beat-up Subaru. The thing doesn't even go very fast. It's kind of old. Now, here's where the details get muddy. Okay, we still don't exactly know what happens. But somewhere on the road, he encounters a silver BMW Z4. Do you guys know what that is?
Yes.
What is it, Jen?
It's a sedan. No, it's a sports car.
No, it's not, Jen. Jen.
At least she was willing to take a guess. You're very convincing.
It was a. Is it the little sports car, the BMW, the convertible, the coupe?
All right, so here is the BMW Z4. It was silver, convertible. Now, the top was down.
Oh, yeah, one of those.
Yeah, it's like it's this one right here. Kind of smaller BMW sports car. I don't really like them. They're kind of girly. It's like Audi TTs. Like, why would you drive that? Anyway, top is down, but the passenger side is up. Now,
The window, passenger side?
the window passenger side of the BMW is up.
That's weird. If you have the top down, you might as well have the windows down. Because that kind of creates a drag, doesn't it?
I don't know. Maybe it helps with the hair situation. Make sure your hair doesn't go all over the place. I don't know.
All right, Yancy pulls up to a red light. Now, they're off the highway, and to the left of him, so he's at the red light stopped. To the left of him creeps up that silver BMW. Now, no one knows what happened before that. Okay, it could have been a road rage situation where he was cut off, something. No one knows. But what we do know is Yancy Noll, the 42-year-old wine salesman, would never actually leave that stoplight again. That was where he was going to be murdered right there in broad daylight. I mean, it's 7:45, sun's going down, but it's still light outside. There were plenty of witnesses. He's sitting at the light, and the silver BMW pulls up, and immediately witnesses hear 5 gunshots ring out. The man driving the silver BMW points his pistol, his Glock 9mm, which we're going to get into, over to Nancy's car and shoots him 5 times, 3 times in the head, once in the temple. The next thing that witnesses saw is the guy speed off at a very high rate of speed.
They shot him through the passenger side window?
Well, I guess this wasn't the love story.
All right, these are the charging documents I'm going to read from of the killer. The killer was caught, so we'll get into that.
On August 31st, 2012, at about 1925, victim Yancy Noll was driving his vehicle southbound in the 7500 block of 15th Ave, Northeast, City of Seattle, County of Kane, State of Washington. Victim Noll was stopped at a red light at Northeast 75th Street in a line of traffic. The vehicle, described as silver-colored BMW convertible, pulled alongside Noll's car and came to a stop. The driver of this vehicle possessed a handgun and fired what is believed to be 5 shots at the victim. 3 of these bullets struck the victim in the head. Other motorists attempted to aid the victim, who was mortally wounded. Seattle police officers and Seattle Fire Department medics responded to the scene. Victim Noll was transported to Harborview Medical Center, where he was prompted dead a short time later.
Now, this is in daylight. There were a lot of people that saw this thing go down. The evidence that they picked up from the scene was shattered glass, not from Yancy Noll's Subaru.
It was
from the passenger
BMW's
From the passenger. This guy was so brazen or stupid or something. Now, he has his top down of the BMW. He doesn't even roll his passenger window down. He just immediately starts shooting. The bullets penetrate through his own window and kill this guy. And then he speeds off. This is from the same charging documents. The windows on the victim vehicle driver's door window were rolled down and intact. Investigators at the scene opined the shattered glass was most likely from the suspect vehicle. There was damage to the left front corner panel, which included apparent silver gray paint transfer. Also found at the scene were tire marks left on the pavement consistent with the vehicle that slid its tires as it sped away. One 9mm bullet casing was also found on the roadway just outside the victim vehicle on the driver's side.
So it's either like bizarrely random or very targeted.
Exactly. So the case we're doing tonight is the murder of Yancy Noll in Washington. There are one of two conclusions you can come to with this case. Was this an act of road rage, or was this a thrill kill? There's a reason that we started reading that death manual to begin this episode.
Was it because the killer owned that book?
The killer not only owned that book, but he also owned thousands of other documents and videos related to how to kill someone, how to get away with it.
Well, he clearly doesn't follow his own advice.
Some of the well, they never found the gun, but we'll get into that. Some of the documents that they found said the best way to kill someone is at random. He didn't know this guy. Random guy pulled up in a little Subaru.
Yeah, but it's in broad daylight. People witnessing.
They also
he shoots out his own window.
They also found this on his computer. Now, they found thousands of documents on this guy's computer. This is a pretty cool book I want to order. Arrest Proof Yourself. I'm putting a link to Arrest Proof Yourself, which you can buy at Amazon.com.
What to do if the police get in your
I
face.
know. That's exactly what I was reading too.
That would probably be the shortest chapter in my book if I had a chapter named that. You know, it would be one word.
Huh.
Cry. Just start crying.
All right, this is from a witness that was at the scene. All right. On September 10th, 2012 at 10:30 a.m., Detectives Brown and Owings met with, it's redacted, blank, at the residence of blank, yada, yada. On that day, August 31st, which is when the murder happened, 2012, sometime after 7, so about 7:45, they were standing in their driveway in front of their home when they heard the sound of a car engine revving to the west of them. Now, this was after the shots. The sound was followed by a momentary silence, which they realized was the vehicle, the BMW Z4 sports car, had, quote, become airborne over the hill from 19th Avenue on Northeast 68th Street.
Oh my
He
gosh.
was driving away from this crime scene so fast because, like, when you're a BMW, especially revving up, you know, and you could hear it when you're on the road, but you're airborne. There's like no acceleration. You're just like, whoa, like floating in space.
Like Thelma and Louise.
Whoa. It's like in slow motion too. Whoa.
I thought more of the scene in Spice
crazy.
World where they go to the bus over the bridge.
Yeah.
Point to me.
They observed a silver vehicle. Oh, damn it.
La 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 la
They-
la la la.
They observed a silver vehicle. They both described as a BMW Z4 convertible traveling at a high rate of speed past them, traveling eastbound. Okay. The driver was downshifting as he approached the stop sign, which you only do if you're some sort of race car driver. You know what downshifting is?
Yeah.
Instead of pressing the brakes, you shift
Change
it down and it slows your car down.
Yeah.
You don't know how to drive a stick, do you?
No.
Okay.
I know that
But
when you
you
get
do
to a
have
certain
to-
speed, you have to change gears.
And I also know that if you're in snow, sometimes it's good to downshift before you.
In
so
this
you don't
episode,
break.
we will be teaching two girls how to drive a manual stick shift.
One of
I
my
would-
friends actually
I would
drove
like to
stick shift
learn.
for a while.
Just like you showed me how to change a tire.
Yeah, I know how to change a tire.
Yeah,
I do
you would have
now.
still been out there if I didn't show up. That was like
Twice.
I do
That
want
was
to
like
learn how
4
to drive
months
stick
ago.
shift.
that was 4 months ago.
You've had to change my tires twice.
And remember that time when you told me that I didn't know how to change a tire, but wait, I do know how to change a tire? You don't remember, or you're making the face like you don't remember because you don't want to remember.
Alrighty then. So, the gist of the story, this guy, Yancy Noll, which you'll hear from Friends, 48 Hours from CBS actually did a whole case on this. And they interviewed one of his friends. One of his best friends, Brad Kinney, which said that Yancy, quote, drove like a grandma, which I do too. I drive slow as shit. I do drive slow.
Yeah, you do.
Do you?
Yes,
but
I drive slow.
You drive safe.
I drive safe. And he also explained that his beat up Subaru he's not driving fast anyway in that damn thing. He was also a happy-go-lucky type of guy with a great view on life. He was close to his family. He had a lot of friends, basically trying to build up the character that this guy didn't do anything wrong.
Right. Road rage is not a likely reason.
Let me break down the prosecution for you right quick, because this will sum up the whole case. The prosecutors, once the killer was in court, were convincing the jury, or their mission was to convince the jury that this wasn't road rage. Road rage? Fuck no. What? I mean, Yancy Noll? Road rage how? He would never curse at anybody. He would never swerve over the road. He drives like a grandma. This wasn't road rage. This was a random targeted, quote, thrill kill from the killer that has been researching how to kill people for several years.
But, wouldn't road rage be on behalf of the killer, though? Like, the killer, got road rage?
No. It's different. Road rage, you cut someone off and then you kill them.
No, he didn't do anything wrong.
The prosecution saying the guy didn't cut anybody off or whatever. Nothing happened. He was at a stoplight and this random silver BMW pulled up and shot him 5 times.
He was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
No, not even the wrong place. Like, this guy was just wanting a random victim to kill, see how it feels to kill someone.
Yeah, I mean, the victim was at the wrong place.
It's not road rage. It's a thrill kill.
Yeah.
It's like, I got to kill this random person just because.
That person in that car would have killed anybody who was in that stop sign.
Exactly. So, I mean, there were plenty of witnesses. Plenty. There was one driver that was actually behind them, and he actually sped off and followed the BMW for a little bit. And he got a very good look at the driver. And this sketch is also corroborated by many other witnesses, too, as very accurate of who the driver is. And this is the sketch that came out.
Is he Asian? Japanese, maybe.
All right, so Crime Stoppers put out bulletins about this guy, released it to the public and everything, and on September 12th, now this happened August 31st, so 12 days later, at 8:45 p.m., an anonymous caller called the Seattle Police Department and said, I know exactly who this guy is. It's a striking resemblance, the police sketch, striking resemblance to this guy's face. He's even wearing the same damn sunglasses, and he drives a BMW Z4 Silver, which I always drive by his house, and it's always in the parking, always in the driveway. I drive by last night, it's not there. For the past few days, it's not there.
Because it's getting its window repaired.
He actually gave the police the exact address of where this guy lives.
Wow. Well, that's nice for them.
Yeah. Now, the police did go and knock on the door, but no one answered. There was no car, and the driveway, I'll show you the house. The garage, there's no windows in the garage, kind of like ours.
Mm-hmm.
So if the car's in there, which it probably is, here's a legal, stranglehold with this case. They got a pretty good idea that it's him. But to get a judge to write a search warrant, they need to make sure that the car is actually in the garage.
Right.
Okay, that's the only way.
So you got to do something maybe a little shady to go get that information.
Well,
just do a stakeout and watch to see if he takes the car out.
Yeah.
Well, they end up doing something very surreptitiously.
Surreptitiously.
No, surreptitiously.
Yeah.
I'm going to cut that anyway. All right, so they stake out in front of his house. Stake out by like they're grilling steaks and shit right in front of his house. They're watching him as he's coming in and out of the house, and he actually leaves. His garage comes up, but you can't really see into it. He leaves in a silver Mercedes. Now, they find out all about this guy. This guy's married, and his wife is a prominent dentist. They see her Mercedes going in and out, but the windows are so tinted they can't really see who's driving. But apparently, both of them are going to work. Let me go ahead and tell you who this guy is.
Okay.
All right, so here is this guy right here. His name is Den Bowman, DINHBOW man. He is half Vietnamese, half Caucasian.
Huh.
He's mid-30s. This is actually him.
I mean, definitely a resemblance.
wow.
Whoa.
Yeah. So go to talkmore.com. I'm putting this composite sketch and an actual photo of him driving in the same position. Exactly the same, man. You know?
I mean,
Even the same glasses.
The nose is a little different,
Yeah.
but what did you say his name was?
Din Bowman.
Den Bowman, DINH. Now, his real name is Thomas Din, which is Thomas, and then the word Din put together. Thomas Din.
Like one word, no spacing?
Yeah, one
Like
word.
no middle
spacing,
name. Just
He's the only child of a Vietnamese family. And so they knew who this was. He's got a wife, and let me show you the wife. Why are you making that face?
It's a very awkward photo.
This is his wife, Jennifer Palm was her last name until they got married. They actually met in 2007 at a medical conference. She is a very successful dentist. And they're married now, so her name is Jennifer Bowman, even though she changed her name now, which we'll get into. But
what does he do?
oh, so that picture I showed you, this picture right here, number one, he's brilliant. Brilliant, not like he's Asian, and Asians are smart at math, which they are, but he actually went to college at age 12.
What?
Okay?
Whoa!
Yeah. I mean, I was still learning, like, my ABCs at age 12.
He is my quant.
My quant.
My quantitative.
My quantitative.
That's my quant.
Your what?
My quantitative. My math specialist. Look at him. You notice anything different about him? Look at his face.
That's pretty racist.
Look at his eyes. I'll give you a hint. His name's Yang. He won a national math competition in China. He doesn't even speak English. Yeah, I'm sure of the math.
Look at his eyes. All right, let me tell you a little bit about Den Bowman. 32 years old. Well, actually, he was convicted on his 32nd birthday, which is kind of a fun fact.
Oh, wow.
But, 31 years old, smart, genius smart. He owns his own engineering firm building robots and all kinds of smart things that people that run a podcast would never be able to do.
True that.
Unless
Okay.
it was a robot engineering podcast.
Yeah, so he's building robots that do AI and all this shit at this place. Now, his robotics industry, which was his own building, kind of a shitty name, Vague Industries, VAGUE Industries. Kind of stupid. Anyway, Jennifer, his wife, was obviously the breadwinner, which they found out real quick. This guy ain't making
But
no
that's
money.
surprising, though, if he's so smart.
No, I guess he ain't making money. I guess robots aren't really a big thing now. I don't know.
Well, this is also 7 years ago.
I'm not saying he's not making money, but Jennifer was making the lion's share. She was making $250,000 a year, something like that, which is what we make per episode.
Totally.
Seriously.
In our dreams.
Here's the thing. These detectives, they spend an entire week out front doing their surveillance. And one night, the Mercedes, because they can't get a search warrant, because they don't have any proof. They don't know if this guy even owns that damn car. But the Mercedes comes out one night and the brake lights flash. Someone hit the brakes and it brights up, flash, red, red plasters the back of the garage. And the detective holding those binoculars sees a little outline of a silver sports car. Boom. That's enough. That is enough to write a search warrant. Boom!
Because they can search to see if it's the matching car. Like, they know that there's another silver car in the...
Yeah, exactly. That's enough for a judge to... Because, we've been doing this for a while. So what I've been figuring out is a judge isn't just going to sign a search warrant. You have to have compelling evidence. Not just, oh, yeah, some friend was like, yeah, he owns that car. No, you got to see the car. You know what I'm saying? You got to see the gun or something. And right now, they had nothing. They can't just arrest a guy because he's Asian. This is from the charging documents.
On September 21st, 2012, at 0500 hours, Din Bowman and his wife were stopped in Mercedes as they left the residence. The garage door opener was removed from the Mercedes at that time. Bowman was asked if he would consent to a search of his garage, and he stated that he would not consent. That's interesting, though, that he wouldn't consent to it. He knew he had something to hide.
Yeah. At 0530 hours, Seattle police SWAT units and homicide unit detectives served the previously obtained search warrant at the Bowman residence. So they actually got the search warrant and then went and asked them, hey, do you mind if we check your garage? No, I don't want you to. That's how he sounds. I'm not making fun of him, but that's how he talks.
He has an accent?
Yeah, he's Vietnamese.
He's half Vietnamese.
Whatever. But he says, no, fuck y'all. So they're like, all right, motherfucker. At 0530 hours, Seattle police SWAT units and homicide unit detectives bust down that motherfucking door. They made entry, quote, made entry directly into the attached garage of the residence to look at Din Bowman's silver 2006 BMW M Roadster. Now, some strange things about this BMW. Oh, is that a brand new windshield? Oh, it looks to be brand new. Why would you get that replaced? That's weird. Would you hit a rock or something? Well, you didn't remove the sticker, you idiot, from the new one. So the old window, the manufacturer window had this sticker on it, and then the new one had another company sticker in it. So they knew automatically it was replaced. Plus, they found in the BMW shards of glass everywhere. It's like he didn't even vacuum that shit, at all. I'm putting a lot of evidence photos and stuff. But they were pulling out all kinds of shards of glass from the broken window and everything else. Yeah, you can see a little piece of glass in there. Witnesses noticed that it was a BMW with silver rims, but the rims on his car were black.
He just had them done.
Or he spray painted them.
He spray painted them just like we spray painted that popcorn machine.
Before we had to throw it away. Just like my dreams.
Yeah. So this is where he spray painted the wheels. You can see the black in there.
Like literally in a circle.
Rust-Oleum. So he used Rust-Oleum to paint the wheels black, which actually looked pretty good. If you see the car.
I'm surprised. I wouldn't want to do that to my own BMW.
It looks good, though.
I would take it to a professional
check
place,
it out.
don't you think?
This is his house. This is his house and his car getting towed away. That's the car they pulled out. Now, brand new tires. They actually found the old tires because you remember there were skid marks and everything. So this guy replaced the window. He replaced the tires. He spray painted the rims. He basically did fucking everything he could to hide the fact that it was his car.
Except vacuum out the glass.
Yeah. But then again, like, why would you? Because you have no connection to the victim. No one will ever catch you. All you got to do is keep the car in the garage for a couple months and you're good.
I wonder if his wife knew. Like, I wonder what he told his wife as to, like, why he wasn't driving the car around.
Well, I'll tell you a lot about his wife. Good old-fashioned woman who deserves to be in the pen, if not a hole. She did know about all this stuff, and she tried to hide it.
Oh,
wow.
She actually went with her boyfriend. She actually went with her husband. She went with her husband to change the tires. She went with her husband to change the window. Even though she told detectives, no, we were at lunch. We were just eating lunch. Me and my Asian husband. And when we were at lunch, someone broke into the window. Ma'am, the receipt we pulled out of your purse said your lunch, quote unquote, was at 7:45 at night after the window shop had already closed. Plus, if you drive all the way to Portland in the passenger side of your husband's BMW and you don't notice there's no fucking window.
And there's glass all over the car.
It's like...
Yeah. It's like me. Oh, look, I'm bleeding.
There's no fucking window. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, he must have rolled it down. You would fucking know if there's no window in there.
Right. There's no way that this is like something you missed.
All right. I'm putting the interrogation video on Talk Murder. This is him getting mad at, because it's taking so long.
We know it? Yes, sir. Yes. So, kind of getting a little annoyed at how long this is taking. Do I need to, it has to take as long as it takes.
He's like, how long is this guy take? You're the main murder suspect here, dude. And what he didn't know is why it was taking so long is because they had his wife in the other room grilling her into what the detectives end up calling I'm not sure interrogation. Because every one of her answers was, I'm not sure. Ma'am, did you know that there was a murder not even 10 blocks away from your home? I'm not sure. Ma'am, did you know that all the composite sketches that were put out all over the neighborhood and on the news 10 blocks away from your home looked exactly like your husband? I'm not sure. Ma'am, did you know that the car that we were looking for was the same model of your husband? I'm not sure. Ma'am, do you know why you guys changed the tires, the windows, and why he spray painted the rims? I'm not sure.
Does she get any time from this crime?
No, but she should. The state decided not to lock her up. Wow. And I think it's bullshit. You know what? I found her dentist profile because she changed her name and, I'm going to just slide on her radar and become a dentist again. We'll read some of the reviews that she got from her dentist website.
Like,
goody.
Wouldn't she be an accomplice?
She is an accomplice.
Does that person look familiar to you?
Well, I'm sure you want me to say that looks like my husband, and it could, yeah.
I mean, would you agree there's some similarities to your husband there?
Yeah.
Nothing's perfect, but you would agree there's...
Definitely not
Certainly,
perfect.
but you would agree there's similarities to that?
So that's the car. Or a picture that depicts...
That looks like Den's car.
Yeah, that's a picture that looks like the car that the shooter was in.
Okay.
0.6 miles from your house.
So we have this sketch, and we have this car, a short distance from your house.
I can see.
Passenger window was shot out.
Okay.
Left skid marks, which is forensic evidence. Now you've got all new tires on your car.
Okay. I can see why we're here.
Absolutely.
The reason we're here is because this man right here, look at it. This man right here, he's dead now.
And this
He had
man that shot him,
girlfriends, he had family,
and
he
this
had
man
people
that
that
shot
cared about him,
knows
he's
how to
dead.
shoot a gun.
Here, let me interrupt for a second. Watch the male detective because it's kind of interesting. She starts playing the bad cop, and he'll play the good cop. I noticed this earlier.
Shot him 3 times in the head at close range, right in the skull, because he was pissed off because his car got dented. And
Because
if you're
his car
hiding
got dented?
something, which we're gonna find.
Well, yeah, as I read from the charging documents, there was a dent in the Subaru of the silver BMW. But I'm not saying, so it might have been a road rage thing, but that could have happened after he shot. He could have sped out, clipped it.
Yeah, okay.
And on your computer, on your phone, because your window didn't get busted out in Oregon, you're going to go down too. So you better come clean. I'm not with you.
Bad cop.
I'm not kidding. Your entire career, your dentist career, your house, everything. gone.
And that's going to be for a guy that doesn't deserve you. You're a good person. I can tell you're a good person.
And you're lying to us. We can see it.
You're a good person. Don't let him do this to you.
He might be nice to you, but we've gotten tips on him. Why do you think we've been watching your house for the last couple weeks? We know it's him. We have evidence inside his car.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I want to help, but I don't.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what to do here.
You want to go down with him?
No.
What you need to do, I'll give you some advice, and it's very simple. There's only one thing you need to do, and that's tell the truth.
All right, so
I don't know.
she's doing that on purpose. She is a successful dentist. She's
I'd
very
slap that
smart.
bitch. Oh, remember when we looked up like the nursing home from
Yeah.
that one and some of the reviews?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Wettlaufer.
Yeah.
Now, on 48 Hours,
Ooh.
they tracked her down. I don't know if she's a dentist anymore. They said that she changed her job, but this was in 2013, which why would you hire her in your freaking practice? You want to read some of these reviews?
She might tell a patient he's receiving Novocaine and instead administer a cylinder, a cyanide injection. She's already demonstrated she gets off on thrill kills.
All right, and before we read the second one, we'll get into this right after this. But there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours from the 4 months he was in prison of her calling, or of him calling her, of him calling his wife, Jennifer, and calling her Snuggles. Snuggles. So when you see baby talk, we're going to get into that a lot because this is a whole fucking thing. Anyway, here you go.
Jennifer likes baby talk to all of her patients, just like her prison inmate ex-husband. She called me Snuggles, too, and then gave me a shot right through my car window, and my entire head went numb. When people asked questions later, she lied and lied and lied and simply said, I have no idea. LMFAO. She has dyed that mousy hair and changed her name, but you can't hide that face. Hee hee. I'm sure she will end up in prison one day herself, not as the prison dentist.
Well, she won't end up in prison for this because they decided not to press charges against her, which is a horrible mistake because she was definitely an accomplice. I don't think she knew about it before. I don't think she was, her husband's not like, I'm going to go kill somebody today. But the husband just kills somebody and you come home, oh, hey, baby, what's for dinner? Oh, yeah, do you mind if I just spray paint the tires, get new tires, get a new window, hide the car in the garage, and use your car for a few weeks and expect you not to ask any questions? Do you mind if we do that? Oh, thanks, Snuggles.
Dr. Bowman's baby talk really put me at ease. I couldn't quite open my mouth large enough for her to get my wisdom teeth. This is where most of my dentists get frustrated. Not Dr. Bowman, though. She used this as a teaching moment. She showed me a photo of her murderer husband crying at his sentencing. Her office was cold, but she offered me Snuggles and a pacifier. Thank you, Dr. Bowman.
That's him crying at his sentencing.
With a new
Justin Bieber
haircut, yeah.
This woman's husband killed a man in cold blood, at random, and she helped him cover it up. Apparently, she's changed her name in order to keep practicing dentistry, but keep an eye out for her face. Avoid her at all costs, very left in staff picture, or just go to CBS 48 Hours website to see what she looks like. She's a straight-up psychopath and a total freak from the looks of it.
She is a fucking psychopath. Straight psychopath. Not like me psychopath, but she's like 72% psychopath. Snuggles. Now, guess what Den's name was? Jennifer's name was Snuggles.
Puff.
Baby cakes.
His name was Bunny.
Bunny.
I am a bunny, you're my snugsy hop hop, love, 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 you're my upper, I'm your bunsy hoppin'.
You're my snugster, I'm your bunny, hoppin' we cuddle, yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, little Snuggles, I'm a bunny, you're my snugsy. Hop, hop, love, love, love.
Hop hop, love, love, love,
You're my snugster, I'm your bunny, hoppin' we cuddle, yeah.
my upper, I'm your bunsy hoppin', we cuddle, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I love you, little sweetheart bunny buns. Bunny buns.
You little sweetheart bunny bun.
Snuggles. I miss my Snuggles. I miss my Snuggles so much. You guys are speechless.
That's gross.
It's weird. Now, of course, she wasn't at the trial at all.
Well, if she doesn't go to the trial, then the public can't see her face.
No, there was notes found in their house all about Snuggles and Bunny buns. One of the notes said, "To the best shooter in the Wild West, bang, bang, XOXO."
Shit.
Was that written after the crime?
I don't know, but I'm putting a video on Talk Murder. I know we're running out of time. He was actually a very expert marksman. And he was obsessed with James Bond. Obsessed with James Bond. He would do driving courses, which I'm putting that video on talkmurder.com. Him driving his sports car like James Bond. Him shooting like James Bond. All this stuff. He's very obsessed.
That's funny that he had a BMW though. Even though I know that James Bond don't they usually have Aston Martins?
Martin.
But like BMW is a British car.
Yeah.
Not everyone
Is
can
it?
afford an Aston Martin. Yeah.
Now, Snuggles, as I said, Snuggles didn't show up for court at all. But when Bunny was asked to testify, because Bunny's defense attorney was none other than John Henry Brown. If that name sounds familiar, then you must have just listened to our Ted Bundy episode, because that was Ted Bundy's defense attorney.
Oh, interesting.
So he said there's no evidence that Bunny, ever watched or read any of the documents that were on the thousands and thousands and thousands of documents on his computer about how to kill people.
I mean, he may not have read them, but he definitely searched for them and downloaded them.
He had 5 different versions of Faces of Death. I don't even know what that is, but I saw it on his computer. Okay. He says he was the victim.
If I didn't do something right then, I was going to die. There was sort of a stream of swearing. I think the phrase that caught my attention was, you better learn how to drive that fancy car, boy, or you're going to get yourself up.
This is his story. He gets on, which is very risky for the defense attorney to put the client on
the stand,
the
right,
stand
yeah.
and testify, because the cross examinations could break him down. But he says he was cut off by Yancy Noll, and then Yancy Noll says, "You better learn how to drive." And I don't know what the word is. Probably fuck boy or fuck boy, or I'm gonna fuck you up. And then he says that he pulled up next to the red Subaru, Yancy's car, and Yancy threw a wine bottle over top of his car, out of his window, and hit this guy in the head.
Which there's no evidence for.
Oh, no, there's no evidence, because he threw all the evidence away, including the gun that he used to kill this guy.
Right. Makes perfect
All
sense.
you had to do is keep the wine bottle, and it is self-defense, kind of. More than you shooting a guy 5 times and with no wine bottle. If he would have threw the wine bottle, yeah, maybe his life is in danger. But there is no wine bottle, because he never threw a wine bottle.
Right. The wine bottle
Because
does not exist.
He's lying to the jury with his 20-something-year-old haircut to make him look like a little teenager.
I think it's like a 16-year-old haircut.
Is this before the time of stoplight cameras?
Yeah, I guess.
I remember seeing his eyes really bulging, and as he was yelling, I would describe it as just violent hatred that you would I'd only seen in the movies.
He was so scared. Bunny was so scared
that he shot someone 5 times.
You're an expert shooter. What was your target?
There was no aiming involved in this.
Okay, well, you did a pretty good job, didn't you? Because you hit him 4 times in the head, including the temple, right?
That surprised me.
That surprised me. The prosecutors got up there and said, this guy is a thrill kill. This is all it was a thrill kill. This guy just wanted to see. If you go to his computer, and this is what the prosecutor said, quote, he has the equivalent of a Library of Congress. You know that site, Library of Congress?
And the actual Library of Congress?
Library of Congress of death. That's how many books he has.
That's crazy.
He did not shoot him in self-defense. There was no wine bottle. There was only a gun. It took 3 weeks, the trial took 3 weeks, 31 witnesses. He changes his hair and is like, please, please, please.
How long did the jury deliberate?
3 days it took him to deliver a verdict. What do you think it was?
Guilty.
I feel like this is a trick question.
Answer the question, Jen.
I want to say guilty, but I think I should answer not guilty.
Well, say something.
I just did.
Not guilty is what she said.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah, he's guilty.
God.
Good.
So he was charged with first-degree murder. Guilty of that charge of first-degree murder. Unanimous decision. 3 days to make that. 3 weeks later, he comes into sentencing. And that's the picture I showed you of him bawling his eyes out.
Oh, yeah. I should have just remembered when we were reading those reviews where it said he was convicted of murder.
Oh, shit.
Whoopsie.
It is what it is.
He comes to sentencing, to apologize to the victim's family. I'm sorry, I did something so wrong and everything else. Not really. He comes to save his own asshole.
I'm disappointed that the jurors didn't believe me.
I can't believe that the jury didn't believe me. This is the only thing heartbreaking about this guy. The mother, the Vietnamese mother that is losing her only son. She couldn't finish what she had prepared for the judge. The attorney had to. Kind of heartbreaking. But in her letter, she says, please, this is my only son. Take me instead. Lock me up. She wants to lock herself up instead of her
That's sad.
son.
But I'm sorry, your son deserves to be in jail.
Yeah, exactly. So this is what the judge said.
I feel very sorry for your parents, Mr. Bowman, and I want to tell them that it is not their fault. Mr. Bowman is responsible for his own actions.
He was 32 years old when he got convicted. He was sentenced to 29 years in prison and 1 month. Now, before you say that's fucked up, that's actually a little less than the maximum of 30 years. I guess for this crime. I guess for this crime.
Murder in the first degree has a maximum of 30 years.
That's what it said.
What the fuck?
So this article is from the Como. This is from the Como News in Seattle. It's a newspaper up there. Nearly 30 years in prison for Seattle traffic thrill killing. Bowman cried quietly and reached for tissues during Friday's sentencing hearing as Noll's friends and family described the victim as a gentle man who was well loved and respected. Now, I want to say that Bowman, throughout his trial, showed no emotion. But once he was sentenced, he was bawling his eyes out, which is not a smart move if you're going to be locked up in the pen.
I'm sure he became somebody else's bunny.
Yeah, spread open those buns, bunny. Oh.
I can do your snuggles.
The judge sentenced Bowman to 290 months for the murder and 60 months more for using a firearm during the crime. A total of 350 months or 29 years and 2 months in prison. That sentence was well over the minimum possible 25 years and closer to the maximum possible sentence of 31 years. So I guess they just do things differently in Washington. I don't know.
That's too lenient.
So that is all the story
than
I have.
Canada.
So what do you guys think? Was it road rage or was it a thrill kill?
Thrill kill.
With all his death manuals. If you're Taco Supremo, Small Taco, the death dealer's manual is on the forum.
I think he was looking for an opportunity. Thanks, Wayne.
Thanks, Wayne. Big
Thanks,
shout
Wayne.
out, Mr. Wayne. Great story.
Yeah, that was crazy. Sad.
If you really enjoyed this episode, be sure to hit that subscribe button or whatever podcasting app you use if you really like this episode. And you follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you're absolutely obsessed with this podcast and want to become our bunny, go to talkmurder.com/join, become a Taco Supremo, get a badass t-shirt, sticker, swag, a lot of love, shout it out all over the place. Tell me what story you want me to do. I'll research it, dedicate it to you on the Talk Murder Meme podcast. My name is John, here with Jen and Nicole. And until next time, good night, Snuggles.
Love, love, love. An instant kill can be accomplished to an unconscious target by ramming a pistol barrel up his anus and firing. A bonus here is that the gluteus muscles silence the cartridge's ignition, for special situations only, of course.
Man, that's random, man. What? That's funny. All right.
Baby.
What is up with me laughing lately? It's so
Don't
weird.
know.